Hi everybody, it's Miss Gordon. I hope that you have been able to enjoy a relaxing long weekend. I have several big announcements that I want to talk through with you, and as always down below you can find some more information in writing. So the first announcement is that on Tuesday we will be having a full day of asynchronous learning. And there's no school on Monday, so Tuesday's asynchronous learning day will allow for our teachers to have time to set up classrooms in the building and get some additional training around safety procedures, because on Tuesday it's the first day that our full staff will be reporting to the building. So I thank you in advance for understanding that there will be no live learning happening that day, but just independent asynchronous learning. As we gear up for the next phase of our fall learning adventure together, which happens on, this big transition happens on September 15th, where about 35% of our students will be returning into the building. Due to that big transition, we will be making homeroom teacher changes. I've had to make assignments for teachers to be either teaching virtual classrooms or in-person classrooms, and in some cases, due to programs, teaching both. And so at grade levels and at the teacher level, our teachers will be communicating with you, individual parents, who is changing, and that is due to the numbers specifically for in-person and virtual learning. And so you can see below, included in the newsletter, a tentative schedule for how those changes will be rolled out into Schoology over the course of this next week, so that we'll have a little bit of transition time with your new group and your new teacher. Some people won't change teachers just by the pure luck of the system, but there are quite a few changes being made, and so you'll see the schedule. And I say tentative because it is all dependent on all of our systems working well together to make this happen. And so again, I ask in this moment of big transition for our staff and also for our kids, grace and patience with us as we move through this transition. I promise to be in communication with you all this week, more about this classroom change transition, as well as your teachers will be too. Also included in our updates this week is a document about arrival, dismissal, breakfast, lunch, and recess procedures. It's linked here so that you can read and look through it when you have a minute. If you are a parent whose children are returning in person, this will be really incredibly important to read through before September 15th, as we have had to make some changes and tighten up some systems to ensure all safety procedures are followed in accordance to the TEA and CDC guidelines that we are being asked to implement. Also, another note about if you are returning in person on September 15th, I will ask that you, if you are able to, send your student with a pair of headphones. That would be enormously helpful for us. Since all of this changes happening very quickly, I'm hosting another parent and community forum coming up here on Tuesday. It will be kind of in conjunction with the first general PTA meeting. So if you are already planning to attend that meeting, great. I can't wait to see you there. And if you haven't planned on that yet, please do. A lot of really important information gets shared through our wonderful PTA as well. So I'll be hosting my parent and community forum in Spanish before the PTA meeting from 5 to 6. And then I'll be hosting my forum in English as soon as we finish the PTA general meeting, right about around 6:30, but it'll depend on when we finish the PTA meeting business. So tune into the PTA meeting first, so then we can find out when we finish that, so we can go to the forum. Okay, and one more update is that there are some news updates from the Director of Health Services at the district level, who has given some updates and changes about health services in our nurse clinic that will be implemented when students return to campus, and I've linked those in here too. So lots of changes coming our way again, and I'm grateful for your flexibility and very much so grateful for our staff's flexibility. They are all, like I mentioned at the beginning of our video, they're all coming back to school on Tuesday. So please send positive vibes our way as we gear up for this transition and get our building in order to welcome students back shortly. And as always, please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions you may have. Have a wonderful week.